right now today, that time is up. There's no more giving you lies. You're not African. You're not black. You're not Jamaican. You're from the 12 tribes of Israel. And it's high time you went out of sleep. Christianity is a damn joke. Christianity is a taunt to our people.
This is reality. That's right. This is reality. We're going to show you why. You have destroyed yourself, bro. So we're supposed to give a warning. We're not judging you, we're warning you.
Well, have we seen any change? Have we seen anything that has changed our people? Changed our neighborhood?
Hey, what's your name, brother?
Calvert.
Calvert?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Eliezer. Nice meeting you, Calvert. Hey, do you see yourself on this sign, Calvert? So you know you're an Israelite? What tribe you from, man? From the tribe of Benjamin. That's a mighty tribe right there. The son of the right. All right, so we're gonna show you something that the scriptures says. Hey, brother Calvin, let me ask you a question. What does God require of you, since you are an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin?
That's right.
What does the Most High God require of you?
That's what I do. What God requires me to keep the Most High laws, statutes, and commandments.
All right, that's good. That's good. So you know that. Let's get the scripture. We're going to show you a precept because right now, you know today's the Sabbath day?
The Sabbath, I don't have my fringes on.
All right. Give me Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. This is the commandment about the fringes that you just mentioned. All right? This is Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. Listen up.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38.
Bring it out.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
To the who?
The children of Israel.
So, Brother Calvin, this is talking to you and everybody else who's on this sign. That's you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's
because
right.
you are the children of Israel.
That's right.
So pay attention.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So this is a commandment for the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to make fringes. That's what you see on our clothing right here. You look at all the brothers out here, they got little tassels hanging out the borders of their garments. And you also see that with the Native Americans because they kept this custom because they knew the law. All right, read on.
Throughout their generations.
Throughout their generations. So generations, that means as long as we as a nation keep generating, we got to have these on the bottom of our garments. All right.
And that they put upon the fringe, the border, a ribbon of blue.
And on top of the fringes, we put a ribbon of blue. All right? And we're going to read the significance of this. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
And do them. So that's the reason why we have to have these fringes on our clothes. Because it's a simple commandment that you can keep. It's easy to keep. All of our people can keep it if they want to. Because they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on Louis Vuittons, Gucci belts, Gucci shoes, and all that stuff. These fringes right here, you can easily get them at Joanne Arts and the craft stores. This law right here is easy to keep. And the reason for us to keep these commandments is it's going to remind us to keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be the Sabbath day, but you know what? You might be on the street one day and somebody might be trying to sell you something. And what would you do? Let's say you're hungry and you thirsty, and that person has like a little thing set up. He's selling water and all kinds of things. And you thirsty as hell, and it's the Sabbath day. You might end up buying it because you know why? You don't have your fringes to remind you.
Right.
I personally won't.
You personally won't? Because of the commands. All right, so that's all praises to the Most High. But the purpose of the fringes is to continue to keep God's laws in our remembrance so that we can always remember, oh, I got to keep the commandments because I'm an Israelite. Because that's part of your heritage. Get that real quick in Sirach 17:11. That's part of your heritage, Brother Calvin. You know, what happened to us when we became slaves here in America? Jeremiah 17 in the Sirach. What happened to us when we came to America? What was the things that our oppressors did to us as a nation? Exactly. Exactly. We as a nation, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the real Jews of the Bible, the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
We lost our true heritage as a people.
Right.
That's why you see us today. We don't have no laws and customs as a nation.
Right.
Whatever our oppressors, our slave masters do, we follow right along with them.
Right.
They keeping Christmas, we think we supposed to keep Christmas.
That's right.
That's because they took our heritage from us. Hey brother, hey, come under the tent, man. Don't get red in that rain, man. Hey brother, listen to the scripture while you're on your way. Jeremiah 17:4.
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4.
Hey brother, this is what happened to your people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. They are the biblical Israelites. Listen up to what happened to them.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue.
But that word discontinues means to cease. We would no more, we would cease as a nation.
From thine heritage.
Our heritage we've been discontinued from our heritage. That's why today we as a nation, we have no kind of laws and commands. That's why you see it's nothing but disorder in our neighborhoods.
Right.
We think we could just sleep with the next man's wife. We think we could rob that brother because he got something that we want. Right. When the law said we gotta work for what we have. You know what I'm saying? But because we have no laws, we do whatever we want. We're lawless people right now. All right? Give me Leviticus chapter 13 verse 40. Go back to my bad. Surah 17:11. Surah 17 and 11. This is what happened to us, and we as a nation right now, in these last days, God is waking us up and bringing us back to our true heritage. All right? So we got to take heed to His words.
Surah chapter 17 verse 11.
Read.
Beside this, He gave them knowledge.
God gave us knowledge as a nation. And it's not any knowledge out here today. Because we think we have a master's degree in psychology. We think we got a PhD in like science, whatever it is. We think we have knowledge as a nation. Let's get knowledge real quick. Because this is knowledge according to God. We're going to show you what knowledge is according to God. It's knowledge going up to space and setting up a space station. Is knowledge becoming an engineer? What is knowledge according to God? Malachi 2:7. Because God tells us directly what knowledge is. All right? So listen up.
Malachi chapter 2 verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
So the laws of God, that's what's knowledge. Knowledge is not a master's degree in psychology. Knowledge is not a master's degree in criminology. That's not knowledge in the eyes of God.
Right.
What's knowledge is His laws and commandments.
That's right.
Thou shalt not steal.
Right.
That's knowledge.
Right.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Right.
That's knowledge.
Right.
Knowledge is not having a PhD in whatever it is these colleges are teaching us today.
Bring it out.
All right, so go back to Surah 17 and 11. Read it from the top.
Surah chapter 17 verse 11.
Read.
Beside this, He gave them knowledge.
God gave the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, laws, because that's what knowledge is in His eyes.
Right.
His laws of how to conduct yourself in this life. Read.
And the law of life for inheritance.
And you hear that, Brother Calvin? This is your heritage because this is one of God's laws. You gotta apply that thing, man, because that's what we lost when we became slaves.
Right.
Hey, Brother Calvin, so right now you know that this is your heritage, keeping fringes on your clothing, all right? You got any questions about what we're bringing out right now? Because you said you know you're an Israelite, you know it's Sabbath. You have no questions? Hey, that's what's up, man, that's what's up. But you know we're going to show you what you got to do next. The next step is not just watching videos behind the computer screen. Hebrews 10:25. Because this is what you need to do to build yourself up in the spirit. What's going on?
I just moved from Georgia.
Right.
Yeah, I live in Georgia. So I'm just driving up here to see you guys. I pull up and park because you know that.
All praise. That's where the word's at. All right? But we're going to give you something else to help you get to grow in the spirit. All right, as a brother, because you can't be in this fight alone. You got to start being around your people.
Hebrews chapter 10 verse 25.
Bring it out.
Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
All right, so we as a people, once we come into the realization that we are the true descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel, we got to start assembling. We got to come together. Zephaniah 2:1. We got to come together because right now, in these last days, we know that these nations are all against us. Why? Because they're not teaching us our true nationality. They're not teaching us who we are according to the Bible.
Right.
Zephaniah 2:1. Read.
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Because we are a nation not desired. Believe it or not. That's why you look out here today, we in Section 8.
Right.
We're living in the hoods, catching the metro buses, going to work. We working like 2-3 jobs. And most jobs you look at today, we in the worst conditions. We're in the worst positions.
Right.
We're the last high first fire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You look at us as a nation, we struggling. You know what I'm saying? So we are a nation not desired.
Right.
Ecclesiastes 4:9.
Bring it out.
Because if we was a nation desired, it would be equality. There's no equality today. Because we're in the hoods, we're in the urban areas, while our enemies, they're living good in the countryside.
Right.
You know where there's no crime. All right, read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9. 2 are better than 1.
God says 2 are better than 1. Read.
Because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
All right, so because when you come into this truth, right now we are at war, believe it or not. We're in the spiritual war right now, and we cannot be on our own.
Right.
We gotta have our brothers to keep us in check.
Bring it out.
To watch our backs.
Bring it out.
You wouldn't go to war by yourself. You need brothers around you.
That's right.
Because if somebody come at you, you know your brother watching your back, and you watching his back. That's how things work. And our enemies, they know that. But that's why they tell us, be individual, be independent. Because they want us to be alone. That's how they destroy us, by not coming together. Exactly, divide and conquer. They understand that basic principle, but God is telling us to come together, all right?
But woe to him that is alone when he falleth,
right.
for he has not another to help him up.
And that's what's gonna happen to us when we are alone. We're not gonna have nobody to help us up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you battling personally, if you fall by yourself, you know what's gonna happen? That evil thought might overcome you. You might just feel like, damn, you done so bad. You might feel like you done fell off so bad that you're not worthy to come back in and keep fighting. What's going on? 7 years.
2 years ago, a friend of mine sent me a video of IUIC. Listen, the Bible started reading, and then the second chapter.
All praises, all praises.
I'm saying he told us great. I'm laying in the bed. Get up. All the way come up here. I'm about to move it.
Right.
I didn't know that you guys were even here. New video of you guys.
Right, exactly. We stricken with madness as a people. Because how could you kill somebody who looks just like you?
Right.
That's crazy as hell. Because if you would think of doing harm to that person, you should think of, damn, this man looks just like me. All right? Exactly. Exodus chapter 20, the law of murder. Exodus chapter 20, verse 10. Because the churches, they're not teaching us the truth about the Bible. All right? When you look at our neighborhoods, it's crazy, man. It's like 50 churches on one block. You know what I'm saying? But those be the worst blocks in the city.
Right. That
don't make no sense, man. That tells you something's not right with these churches. Because these churches are supposed to teach us how to live righteously. All right? You got the law of murder? Read that.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 13. Thou shalt not kill.
All right, read that again.
Thou shalt not kill.
Hey, I guarantee you everybody in this chapter, like, they'll say they know the 10 Commandments. I guarantee you, I bet $100 everybody out here, most of the people in this chapter like say they know the 10 Commandments. But no, not near one of them keeping the commandments. All right? And God commanded us in Exodus chapter 20, verse 13, we should not kill one another. All right? Give me, hey, brother, come closer, bro. Hey, brother, we don't bite. We out here for you, man. Hey, what's going on, bro? Hey, what's your name, man? Mark. Hey, I'm Eliezer. Nice to meet you, brother Mark. How you feeling, man? Where you see yourself at, man? You say you see yourself now, you gotta look, you gotta pay close attention now. Where you see yourself at on this song? The nationality of your father. Your father Cuban, your father Puerto Rican. Where your father from? Father American black. Hey, that's not what God calls you according to the Bible. You ever heard of that, Mark? You read the Bible once in your life? You ever seen African American in the Bible? Why you think that's so?
It was different. It was different song.
No, man. The Bible is a book of prophecy. Ain't nothing changed in this book.
That's right.
Everything in this book stay the same because God don't change.
Bring it out.
All right, give me that in Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. All right, according to the Bible, God says you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. And we're going to show you why you don't know that to this day. Why you think you're an African American today. All right? Read that real quick.
Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not.
You hear that, Brother Mark? God does not change. What God called you from the beginning, that's what he's going to call you in the end.
Right.
He's not going to change his state of mind. All right? God called you an Israelite from the tribe of Judah from the beginning. That's what you're going to be called when Christ comes back to judge this earth.
That's
He's
right.
going to call you an Israelite. This Israelite brother right here from the tribe of Judah.
Bring it
All right?
out.
Let's hold up that sound real quick. Soldier, give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. 28 and 47. This is why you don't know you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. We're going to show you right now, all right? 28 and 47.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
Because believe it or not, you see how this planet is today? God made this planet for the 12 tribes of Israel. We're supposed to be the ruling class, you feel me? That's the position that God wanted us to be at.
Right.
But it was a stipulation to us getting that position. We had to keep his commandments. But because we kept not his commandments, this is what happened to us for breaking his commandments. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become, verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
You hear that, Brother Mark? You heard about slavery, right? Man, that thing crazy what they did to us, ain't it? You heard about the stories. Tell me a little bit of what happened to us when we became slaves.
Most of them got whipped and
Yeah, man, that thing was bad. All right, you seen the movie Roots and Django? You know, they got little movies out there that give you a little bit of imagery about the things that took place. We got whipped, we got beat, all kinds of atrocities happened to us as a nation. All right, and that's the reason why we destroyed to this day, because of what happened to us in slavery. All right, and God sent these people against us to enslave us. Read on.
In hunger.
And hunger, because when we became slaves and when we lost our homeland, we had to serve our slave masters if we wanted food to eat. You feel me? And they gave us the scraps. They gave us the crumbs of the table. All right? And to this very day, if you need something to eat, who you going to get that food? Are you going to one of your homeboys across the street? You know what I'm saying? To get your chicken. Who you going to, man, when you need some food to eat? You going to yourself. What you mean yourself? You got a garden? You got a garden somewhere planted? You growing your food, bruh? So how do you get your food? How do you get your food? You buy it and you pay for it with the money you earn. But from who? What stores? You go to stores, grocery stores, supermarkets. Look around you. You know what I'm saying? You go to everything. So you probably go to the Dutch part. You know, you probably go to KFC. You know what I'm saying? You probably go to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Publix. But you got to ask yourself, who owns these huge corporations? Is it black folks who own Publix? The Publix is the Walmarts, the KFC. Who owns these corporations? Is it our people?
Bring it out.
It's who? So it's God who owns? I've never heard that in my life, bro. Hey, man, you know who owns these corporations? When you look at the CEOs, the owners, the majority of them is white folks.
That's right.
These are the men who owns these corporations.
Right.
All right? All right, just look around you. The companies that you see out here today, most of them are owned by white men. You know what I'm saying? Even the Apple laptop, the Apple computer, you know about Steve Jobs, the one who invented that. Most of these things are owned by white men. So when we need something to eat, we have to go to their stores.
Right.
Imagine if they shut down their Walmarts and their Publixes and their KFCs. How we gonna eat as a nation? Because we barely know how to grow our own food. That tells you we still rely on our oppressors for food to eat.
Right.
Because we don't know how to even grow food for ourselves as a nation. That's a curse.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. When you need that Gatorade to drink. You know what I'm saying? Who do you got to go to get that Gatorade? You got to go to one of your slave masters' grocery stores, because that's who they are to this day. They your slave masters, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you might not think so, but when you get a job at anywhere you work at, who's the boss? Who the manager? Who the supervisor? I'll get it to you. Most of the stores and companies we go to work for, the majority of these supervisors are white folks. You know what I'm saying? The majority, because I used to work at McDonald's. Guess who was the supervisor at that store, the restaurant? It was a white man, you know what I'm saying? My manager was a black sister, but her boss, which is all of our bosses, it was a white man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is at most of these jobs. Most of our supervisors are not even our own people. That's a curse according to God. To work for your enemies, to work for another nation, that's a curse.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us, subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.